Nestled between two volcanoes at more than 8,000 feet in altitude, this majestic valley is the territory of the Quichua. We are in the Andes, in the northern part of Ecuador. For hundreds of years, the indigenous population has been drawing its energy and its vitality from this impressive nature. Proud of their culture and of their origins, the Quichua of this region are known worldwide for the quality and originality of their textile products. Open to the world, all the while cherishing their identity, the Quichua have managed to create this rare alchemy between tradition and modernity.
So my name is Luis. I am Indian guy. So right now we are in the Huaycupungo village. So around this village live about 3,000 Indian people. So everybody speaks Quechua.
This mountainous region in the northern part of Ecuador is the kingdom of the Quichua. There are over 60,000 spread out in nearly 80 villages. Luis Guevara is proud of his people and of his origins. He feels a profound respect for his elders. It's with him that we discovered in this traditional Quichua home an elderly craftsman. For over 50 years, he's been producing rugs. There are no machines here. Everything is done by hand. The work is slow-paced and methodical.
The mat is very important for all Otavaleños people or all Quechua peoples, because the mats we use in the rooms is good for sleeping. We put two mats. Sometimes we put 2 or 3 mats together. We put on the floor. Is very healthy for your back. So it's traditional. So the most Indian people in the village we use until now. So the material comes from the lake, from San Pablo Lake. So it's the reeds we call totora in Espanol. So the Indian people cut twice in the year when it's a little green. So the people go to the lake to cut, then to bring to the house to dry. Then it's okay. It's ready to weave a mat.
Luis enjoys talking with the village's elderly and learning from their experience. He deplores the fact that the young generation is turning towards other values.
No, it's very sad. For me, it's very sad because I think about the Indian custom we lost very quickly. But the reason is the parents don't teaching the young kids is no good. We need to keep the old culture, the language, the long hair, the typical dress. But it's very sad, you know. So now in Otavalos, the Indian people living in the Otavalos in the town. So there is rich people has a nice car, nice house, computer, cell phone, everything.
The contrast is striking between the peaceful life of the Quichua villages that live according to the rhythm of nature and the animation of their large city. This city is Otavalos, modern urban center, and the site of the biggest market of artisanal products of South America. The animation is at its peak on Saturday. It all starts very early in the morning with the animal market. This large-scale community sale is a happening, vibrant with colors. The breeders from neighboring villages come down the mountains with their animals. Everything and anything can be found. All of this in an atmosphere that has remained unchanged for decades.
50 centavos.
A little further is the fruit and vegetable market. The streets are filled with people and displays are overflowing with products that come from all over Ecuador. Ecuador has an abundance of fruits and vegetables. Nature is so generous that even the locals have a difficult time finding their way through the enormous variety on display. But the main attraction is Otavalos' famous textile market, the poncho market. The site is impressive. Hundreds of kiosks packed in a vast space right in the heart of the city. Recognized the world over, the poncho market is one of the most visited places in all of South America. It's a true fairyland of colors, the textiles and products of the artisans of the Otavalo region being the main attraction. Each Saturday, vendors come down from the neighboring villages to sell their products. These people in large part are Quichua families who make their products at home. It's the case of Alfonso Yamberla.
Tenemos productos de lana y alpaca. Es producto que yo produzco en mi casa. Entonces venimos acá a hacer el trabajo, la venta al por mayor y por menor también.
The poncho market is geared towards tourism, but in recent years, due to their expertise, Quichua textile businesses sell their products all over the world. William Lema is co-owner of a poncho manufacturing company. He has employees, machinery, and a store in Otavalo. His workshop accommodates serial production. He sells his products the world over.
Our market it's all over the world. We export to North America, Europe, Asia, South America, anywhere where the people want to. We send them. We can do everything. We can export, we can import. That's the reason for our products. It's very known in all the world.
William Lema is the example of a self-sufficient Quichua entrepreneur who is open to the world, but also grateful to those that preceded him. Like his centenarian grandmother, who each week walks many kilometers to sell her products at the Otavalo market. He expresses it in the Quichua language.
Nyuka pacha mamata yakini yupaichani imasa nyuka viña escamanda. Nyuka taita kunata, nyuka mama kunata yupaichani imasa nyukata viña chishkata. Nyuka churi kunata shinajata viña chishayani.
This pride and sense of belonging is conveyed through their clothing. In town, like in the country, women wear their traditional Quichua costume. White blouse, embroidered with flowers, covered with a shawl, cotton skirt, ornaments of golden pearl necklaces along with sandals are essentially what make up traditional clothing for women. With men, the distinctive sign is this braid that we find as much in adults as with the younger Quichua. A blue or black woolen poncho with a felt hat and white pants complete the traditional costume, which is even more evident during ceremonies.
We are in the Peguche village, so the most Indian people from here are musicians. So, but right now we are in the famous house, the family famous house. So because this family is traveling, long time ago traveling to Europe, Canada, and America. So in this house you see these people make different instruments from different countries, from Bolivia, Peru, and Ecuador.
A few kilometers from there, we attended the rehearsal of the group Sami, a Quechua group that combines traditional Andes music with modern accents. Rodrigo Pinera is the founder of the group. Music is his passion, a passion passed on by his ancestors.
Ñuka kapani kay kinchu himanda runa mi kapani. Ñukanchi takinchi ñukanchi tunukunata. Ñukanchi waiki kunawan gulpi aishu kunawan.
Every year, at the beginning of February, a large Quechua gathering takes place in Peguche. They come from all over South America, North America, and Europe. It's both a sporting and cultural event. Sasha Rosero is dedicated to the promotion of the Quechua language and culture across the world.
Here in Ecuador, we had the Spanish here for 500 years, and we had almost forgotten all what is our culture, what is our vision of the world, you know. So this started like 15 years ago and started as a soccer game, but now it's exploiting, you know, with the culture, you know, with all the expression of all our culture, which is the tumarina. We have other expression, as you saw, you know, giving the food to the people that take us advantage of us. So it's you know, we're just working hard to just bring back the old times, you know.
Helman Vega, a Quechua leader from the Otavalos region.
Pero pensamos que también hay un grupo y hay fiestas como esta que un poco ayudan a reflexionar a las futuras generaciones, a las actuales generaciones, de lo que hay que ser y no ser, ¿no? Se está perdiendo en los jóvenes mucho vestimenta y, como digo, sobre todo idioma. Pero en la base hay una forma de ver colectiva que es el comunitarismo, ¿no? La comida que estamos viendo, por más que están hemos, por decir algo, siempre están participando la comida comunitaria. Hay cosas que sí son valiosas, pero hay cosas que hay que reflexionarlas y hay que ver cómo desde diferentes espacios vamos fortaleciendo, para precisamente no deteriorar mucho nuestra cultura, sino fortalecerla.
Another important celebration is the Day of the Dead. Every year at the beginning of November, the Quechua communities of the Otavalos region converge on the city's immense cemetery. Estelina Kinatoa, Quechua historian and director of the National Museum in Quito, has come to pay homage to her ancestors.
Sí, este es uno de los tiempos sagrados muy importantes porque estamos celebrando a los vivos y a los muertos. La cultura andina y la cultura Otavalo está muy ligada a los rituales funerarios porque nosotros estamos adscritos a nuestros ancestros. Aquí se fortalece la identidad y se fortalecen estos lazos de reciprocidad. Aquí nos encontramos con nuestros parientes, con nuestros amigos. El cementerio indígena está visitado todas las semanas, de todos los meses, de todos los años, el lunes y jueves.
Y la bendición de Dios Todopoderoso, Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo descienda sobre ustedes y les acompañe siempre.
Pero hay 4 días importantísimos para visitar a los muertos. El 2 de noviembre, el 29 de junio, que es el día de la fiesta grande, el jueves y viernes de Semana Santa. De manera que todo el tiempo, permanentemente, estamos celebrando a los muertos. De manera que es importante que todas las personas que vean este video que usted está haciendo, conozcan y lleguen a entender entender el profundo significado de la vida y la muerte que es inherente a todos los pueblos y a todas las culturas del mundo.
A few kilometers from the cemetery, we discover the city of Cotacachi, a flourishing community located at more or less 10 kilometers from Otavalos. Auki Tituana was its indigenous mayor for 7 years. It's under his leadership that the city of 10,000 residents spread its wings and really took off.
Pero también destacar el esfuerzo de algunos indígenas que han sido visionarios en trabajar, han sido exitosos, ¿no?, en la exportación, en el turismo, y creo que es una parte innata de los indígenas, de los otavaleños y los cotacacheños en principal, de abrirnos al mundo sin mayores complejos raciales, ni mucho menos, sino tratar de buscar oportunidades de trabajo y de desarrollo.
But there is still a tremendous amount of work to accomplish. Education is, from many points of view, deficient and remains an obstacle to their economic development and to the preservation of their culture. These young Quichua attend a rural school in the Cotacachi region. The majority of these kids won't be able to pursue higher education due to a lack of financial means, even though they have very legitimate aspirations.
Mi aspiración es seguir estudiando y ir a la universidad. Mi aspiración es ser profesora. Mi aspiración es ser doctora.
Rumi Arango is president of an organization dedicated to improving the quality of the life of the Quichua families of the Cotacachi region. He bemoans the fact that these kids must leave their studies in order to help their families.
Básicamente dentro de las comunidades las familias son ampliadas, a veces 7, a veces 8 personas, ¿no es cierto? Y generalmente el niño cuando termina la escuela, es decir, termina el ciclo de estudios, él tiene la obligación de contribuir a la familia, ¿no es cierto? En ese contribuir a la familia a veces hay muy pocas personas que en verdad tienen una constancia por el estudio y se hacen el sacrificio de trabajar y estudiar por las noches, pero el trabajo en la construcción, que generalmente es a donde van, o en la jornalería agrícola, es muy pesado y a veces llegan muy cansados y no siguen estudios. Solamente la gente que tiene un trabajo un poco más suave, se podría decir, avanza en el estudio. Para el sector indígena en general no era muy importante el tema del estudio, más importante era tener una parcela en donde poder cultivar, que era el alimento para su familia, tener animales, cuidarles, para poder eso vivir. Ahora nos damos cuenta que las dos cosas son importantes y apoyamos en esta cuestión de un pequeño fondo para las becas del estudio de los compañeros.
But here in school we don't learn Quechua. It's only in Spanish. Education is in Spanish. We have the bilingual that they say, you know, that they can learn in both languages, but it's in the rural part, but it's the way that they teach, it's very, very low class education, you know. You go to university, you can't get in when you do the test, you know, so we have to work a lot to just get better education, and at least to just make them think, you know, that your language, part of the culture, is very important. It's not going to hurt anything, you know. Just give it us 2 hours per week, 4 hours per week, whatever, to just learn your own language.
Desde mi generación, la pérdida del idioma, del quichua, que si se pierde el idioma se pierde todo lo que es el pensamiento ancestral.
100% of the population is Quechua speaking, but in the school they learn Spanish. You know, something's wrong.
But the Quichua people are strong. They support one another. Here they are repairing a road near Otavalos. This is volunteer work. They're doing it for the well-being of the entire community.
We don't have to wait for somebody to do our things, you know. If you want to go your side, take your side. Don't wait for anybody to show your road. Show your road yourself.
Yo creo que aquí hay algunos ejemplos que nos permiten ver que hemos avanzado con ese atrevimiento a estar mucho más del tú a tú con el sistema oficial. como indígenas hemos asumido a cooptar ya puestos de dignidad nacional.
En el Ecuador toca trabajar todavía mucho para lograr niveles de igualdad. Existe todavía discriminación, existe racismo, existe segregación.
We're trying to make it a little bit stronger, you know. If you're unique, small, like the Otavalos, we are only 100,000, we can do a lot of things. But if we think as big, you know, as all the Andes, you know, we are like 14 million Quichua speaking, you know, the Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador. So we're trying to unite everybody.
The Quicocha Lake, a wonder of nature. Located near Otavalos at 3,000 feet in altitude, the volcanic lake with its two small islands is a sacred place for the Quichua. Luis Guevara, like his ancestors before him, is inspired by the serenity and the energy that exudes from this mystical place.
Right now we are in Quicocha Lake. So right now in this moment the altitude is about 3,200 meters higher. So this is a crater lake. Quicocha is the main guinea pig lake. Quicocha is in Quichua names. Cui is guinea pig, Cocha is a lake, guinea pig lake. So for me it's the best place for me. I like very much. I walk many times around this lake, but I enjoy every time when I come here because it's the nature for me is the best. Quicocha Lake for all indigenous people represent is a sacred place.
Luis, in the image of the Quichua of northern Ecuador, draws from his spirituality a sense of identity, honor, and self-esteem. A spiritual life which rests on the close ties between nature and all forms of life. They are in some way the guardians of this sacred place, source of energy for the generations to come.